What is TV Host Maker Live? During this 3-day event, you'll learn how easy and affordable having a TV show is, and more importantly, how to monetize your TV show. You'll learn everything from set design, show format, tech, production, monetization, building audience, on-camera confidence, booking and interviewing amazing guests, and becoming the celebrity expert that attracts clients, customers, fans, followers, and the media. I uncovered the winning formula called the STAR method that will make you become a TV star. So sign up today to make your dream of becoming a TV star a reality. Hey there, it's Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today, where we talk about the art of intentional living. And I am very excited about this episode today. If you are new here, I want to say welcome. If you've been here before, I want to say welcome back. My goal, hope, and intention for this episode today is that this is an episode that you come back and listen to or watch over and over and over again, because I'm setting the intention to empower you today to understand just how worthy and deserving you are of living an extraordinary life. And I love that this is the episode that we had planned. The title of today's show is The World Needs You. That's why you're here. The world needs you. That's why you're here. And I love that we had this episode planned, and unbeknownst to me, I didn't realize the whole big launch of Jamie Kern-Lima's book, Worthy, was happening this past weekend. And I don't know if you guys are aware of it or saw any of it, but man, oh man, what an extravaganza that was. I tuned into it on YouTube, found it on YouTube. And at the time that I tuned in, she had Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, and Maria Shriver on the screen with her, talking about her incredible new book, Worthy, which hit number one in I don't know how many categories on Amazon during the event. And she also had on John Maxwell was there, Tony Robbins was there. I heard Jay Shetty was there, all Robin Roberts. I saw her with Robin Roberts. So many people there for the part that I caught, supporting Jamie in the launch of this incredible book called Worthy, which I cannot wait to get my hands on and read. And in fact, I bought a copy of it. I also ordered the Audible version of it because just ninja hack from me, when I'm reading a book, I like to listen to it and read it at the same time, because that's how it gets ingrained in us, is by doing that. And another side note, the reason why is we forget 95% of what we hear the moment after we hear it. We forget 95% of what we read the moment after we read it. So by doing, getting both senses involved at the same exact time, you're more apt to retain it and remember it. And so I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but I want to pull it back to this, because the reason why I'm saying this is clearly it is time for us to wake the heck up and realize just how powerful, just how worthy, just how important we are and how much we matter, and that the world really does need us. And so I'm going to share a couple of statistics with you that have a lot of meaning to me. And they are the things that get me out of bed every single day, excited, make me jump out of bed to do what I do every day. And one of them is that the number one age group for depression and anxiety, you guys, it's women 45 to 64. I'm one of those women. I attempted suicide at the age of 46. It is prior to the pandemic happening, it was also the number one age group for suicide attempts, not successful ones, but attempts. Men were more successful at it. And so that changed during the pandemic, and it and the older demographic surpassed it, unfortunately, for obvious reasons. But there is such an epidemic out there of depression, of anxiety, of mental health. And I know this from experiencing it myself. Even though I was never diagnosed, I was definitely a functioning depressed person. And it manifested into so many other things. And when push came to shove and everything got drilled down to what it was that was going on with me, at what I drilled it down to is I just didn't love myself or value myself. I didn't understand my self-worth. And so I spent a lot of time in seminars, reading books, watching programs, watching movies, going to, conferences. I mean, so many things, listening to podcasts. I was a sponge to understand why. And by doing all of that, and I'm telling you, I have invested way, way, way more than 10,000 hours in all of this, way more. I'm still obsessed with developing that sense of self-worth and learning, growing, and expanding more, knowing that we're never done and that we're never done. And so it's not that there's never enough, but there isn't never enough, right? And so there's always more that we can learn, grow, and expand from. So what I wanted to do with today's episode was share some things with you about just how powerful you are. And I have goosebumps head to toe. I'm telling you, my studio here is filled with spirit applauding this message right now. And it's making me emotional. There's a 400 trillion to 1 odd of you being born. Think about those odds. You are a miracle. There are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. No mistakes, no mistakes, no mistakes. Everything that happens to us and for us is leading us and guiding us somewhere, to some better destination, to some growth, to some expansion. And so when you think about it that way, of all the things that had to come together for that sperm and egg to match up to create you, to bring you into this world, it's pretty freaking miraculous, isn't it? So right here, right now, wherever you are, whatever age you are, whatever your health condition is, whatever your financial situation is, whatever your family situation is, whatever is happening, you are worthy and deserving, and you are here for a reason. You are. And that we need you. We need you. We need the light, the love, the gifts that only you can bring into this world. And I want to pump you up and give you some positive motivation that there are things that you want to do. There are things that you want to accomplish in your life. And you need the push or the shove or the motivation to do it, because what we tend to do is we avoid the unfamiliar. The way our brains work is we are subconsciously wired to quote unquote self-sabotage. You're not self-sabotaging yourself. You're not doing that at all. You're protecting yourself. That's what your mind is trying to do for you. So don't say I self-sabotage. You don't. You're protecting yourself from some other thing, even though it may be disguised as maybe an addiction or a label that you say is procrastination or you're lazy. It's self-preservation and self-protection. That's what it is. So you're none of those things. But in order for you to really step into the power that you are, and you are unlimited power, you have to recognize that when it's happening. And so how we make changes in our lives is I call it the ABCs. Awareness begets change. When we're aware that we're doing something or something is happening, that's our moment to choose and decide that we want to make a change. And you may need support to do that. You may be able to do it on your own. So I wanted to share that with you today because I am going to give you some strategies for you to do that. So, number one, make sure you stay till the end of this episode. I am going to be dropping nugget after nugget after nugget, and you don't know which one of these things that I'm going to say today is the one that resonates with you, and you go, oh my God, Diane, I got it. I got it. Thank you. Thank you, because that was the exact thing I needed to hear today. So stay till the end for that. Also, I want you to stay to the end because I always end every episode with a powerful mantra meditation so that you leave this episode feeling better at the end than you did at the beginning. That's what we're about here at this show. We're about the art of intentional living. We're here to inspire, empower, and educate you so that whatever you're going through in your life, you get instant, actionable things that you can implement in your life right now. They don't cost anything to do. They're simple. They're easy. You can do them that will make these positive changes in your life. That's what this show is all about. Now, before we get any further into the episode, I want to share our intention statement with you. We do an intention statement every week on this show. And this week's intention statement is, I have today to show up big no matter what's happening in the world. You can go to my Instagram page at Diane Forster Official. And Diane Forster Official. And on my profile, you're going to see a little button that says intention statements. And in that area, the graphic for this week's intention statement is already there. So it already says, I have today to show up big no matter what's happening in the world. And what I want you to do with that intention statement is I want you to take a screenshot of it with your phone and use it as your screensaver for this whole week so that every time you look at your phone, you see that intention statement. And it reminds you how incredibly powerful you are, how worthy you are, how much you matter, how much the world needs you, and that you are here for a reason and a purpose. Because I don't want you ever feeling like I don't matter. What's my point of existing? Why should I even be alive? I never want you to feel that way. And so I'm going to share some strategies with you to show you how incredibly awesome you are. All right. So let's do this. First thing I want to do is give you a wake-up call. Okay. So if you live to be 100, you're going to get 36,525 days of life. 36,525 days of life. All right. So if you are 50 years old, I want you to cut that number in half. So that means you've already lived about 18,200 and change days, which means you've got 18,200 days left if you live to be 100. Now, what if you only live to 80? Take 7,300 days off that number. So now you're talking about 11,000 days of life. What if you're older and you're closer to 60, like me? All right, take another 3,600 days off of that. We're talking less than 10,000 days left of life. It's sobering, isn't it? When you think about it, think about how much you want to do in your life, how much you want to experience. If you're like me, I have big goals, dreams, and visions and missions. There's a lot I want to do. You're probably not like me because I'm definitely an overachiever. But I know there's impact that you want to make in the world. I know there's things that you want to experience in the world. I know that if this were your last day of life, if you didn't wake up today, like the 153,000 people that didn't wake up today, How would you feel about that? Would you feel like your life was lived complete enough yet? And I'm going to venture to say that the answer to that is no. So now, when I just painted this sobering picture for you of how much life that you have in front of you, now chances are you are going to live to over 80 years old. I mean, science has progressed so much, and people are living longer, but still, you're not guaranteed that. How many more days do you want to go by in your life that you are not living your life full out, feeling the love for yourself and for others that you want to feel, going after your goals, dreams, and desires without feeling so paralyzed by fear that you don't do anything? It's okay to feel the fear and still do it anyway. I operate with fear by my side. I do it fearlessly and fearfully, both at the same time. Because I know whatever it is that I want to do, it's not going to kill me. If it doesn't happen, it's not going to kill me. I'm going to learn something and grow and expand from that. But you keep saying to yourself, well, someday I will, or one day I will, or when this happens, then I will. I'm going to give you an example. There's this beautiful woman in my community. And in case you haven't picked up on this, I am obviously a TV show host, but I'm launching a television network for women. It is called I Have Today TV, and it is a personal development and transformation network for women. And so we're in the middle of building that, and hosts are coming into the community, and I'm training them, and we're getting super excited because we're getting ready to launch. Their shows are amazing. And then I'm hosting an event called TV Host Maker Live in just a couple of weeks to help you learn how to launch a TV show, to take your business, your brand, what it is you're trying to do in the world, and exponentially up level it, reach a much larger audience with a platform of a TV show so that you can reach more people and have more impact. So there's a woman in my community who's known that I'm doing this. And we connected about a year ago. And she said, oh my God, I love everything that you're doing. I want to be a part of it. I want to be part of the vision. I want to be a part of the mission. I'm going to be able to do this in 2024. I just have these other few things that I'm committed to. I've got a, mastermind group I'm in, and I've got this, that, and the other, like all the things. Excuses, by the way, these are all excuses. So I'll be ready to do that next year. Okay. So guess what? It's the new year. We end up connecting again, and we're having a conversation. She said, so tell me what's going on. I told her what's going on, how exciting things are, and things. She's like, oh my God, everything's made so much progress since the last time we spoke. She said, so I can't do it this year as much as I would love to do it. I can't do it because I'm doing this and because I'm doing that and blah, 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 blah. And I want to do this. I'll be ready in 2025. And I just said, how much longer are you going to keep putting off your life a year from now, a year from now, a year from now? Let me tell you something, my beautiful friends. Your life is not in the future. Your life is right now. And the time to do things is right now, today. You have to take instant, actionable action today. You have to take the instant action right now. The moment you get moved by it is the moment to do it. And I'm going to give you an example. I spoke on an expert speakers panel last week, and one of the questions that the host asked was, what is like your number one tool for moving your business forward? Like that has created the most success for you? And my answer was moving in inspired action the moment I get an idea. The moment the thought pops into my head, that is when I do it. And I'll give you an example for today. I had this idea. I was blow drying my hair, and this idea popped into my head about something that I needed to do. I literally shut the blow dryer off, put it down, went into my office, fired up my computer, got into my emailed the 3 people I needed to connect, told them what I needed them to do, how they can support each other, and then went back and finished drying my hair. That's called instant action. Okay. The reason why you want to do that stuff is because you think, oh, yeah, I'll remember. You won't. Now, that may seem like a little minor thing, but that thing, I'm telling you, moved my business forward. It moved my business forward because it got 3 people involved in something that now they're going to be moving my business forward for me. Okay. So I said to them, the greatest tool that you have is your ability to receive information. So it's not that you're thinking ideas, you are receiving ideas. They are coming through to you, they are yours. Now, I don't know how much you know about energy, but I'm going to tell you right now, energy cannot be created or destroyed. All the energy that ever was, ever is, ever will be, already exists. All the information that ever was, ever is, and ever will be already exists. It's all already here. Thank you, the late great Bob Proctor, right? It's not destroyed or it's not, it's transmuted. It's transmuted. So that's what I want to say to you. When you are receiving information, you're not thinking it, you are receiving the information. So when the idea, the image, the picture comes into your awareness, you received it. It's yours to grab right then and there. So quit somedaying and one-daying your life. Quit using the excuses of time and money, those are the 2 big ones, as reasons. I guess the screen like that. They gave me balloons for that. Quit using time and money as the reasons for not doing things. Your moment to do it is today. It's today. That's why the show is called I Have Today. That's why our brand is called I Have Today. It's all we ever have. It is truly all you ever have. It's always today. It's always today. It's always right now. And so, and the excuse of money just floors me. It floors me because money is just energy, like I just talked about. Money is an unlimited resource. It is available everywhere. You'll never run out of it, despite what you hear out there. You'll never run out of it. It's always there. Okay. The currency is always available for you. So if there's things in your life that you want to be doing and you're not doing them, what are the excuses that you are telling yourself? What is the rationale that you've given yourself the permission to not do it? Here's the thing. The dreams won't go away. They won't go away. They were gifted to you. They were given to you because the world needs you to execute on them because you matter so much. This is why you are here. We are creators. We are creative beings. We are the fortunate one and only species to have this ability to create the way that we do. Don't miss your opportunity to create whatever it is you want, to do the things that you want to do, to write the books, to go on the trips, to speak on stages, to help people, to create a business, to launch a product or service, to use all that imagination and creativity to live any kind of life that you want, any kind of life that you want. You're limited by nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, when you think back to what I said about how many days left that you have on this planet, how many of them do you want to waste? How many more do you want to waste? None. None. It's okay to try and quote unquote not succeed. It's okay. I don't believe in failure either. Everything is a growth opportunity. Everything is feedback. Everything is a lesson. I will tell you, since my reinvention, it's been almost 9 years. Wow, I can't believe it's been almost 9 years. I can't tell you how many quote unquote failures I've had, how many things I've tried that did not succeed. You have to be willing to put it out there. You have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to give it a try. The only way you learn is by doing it, just by doing it. So, what are the excuses that you're giving yourself? Stop giving yourself those excuses. I host events and I meet through speaking, through networking, through my coaching communities, through masterminds, through my events. I meet the most extraordinary people, and they have such beautiful visions and missions. They have this desire to take their life experiences and help other people. They want to take their stories and what they've learned and help other people do it. Amazing, right? That's what I did. I learned everything that I learned, and I created a coaching community. I created programs and products, wrote books. Now I have this TV show, I have a podcast, put my work out into the world to help as many people as I can. Now launching a TV network. So I have a whole community of women who are sharing what they learned to help other women, right? It, it started out as a poem. This is what I want to get you guys to. It was this tiny little seed of an idea that I received. I received the idea of the poem I have today. 5 o'clock in the morning, and it shook me up out of bed, and I grabbed the pen and paper and I wrote it down as quickly as I could. Instant inspired action. Instant inspired action, right? So when I finished writing the poem, I looked down at it and I reread it and I could feel chills inside of me. And all of a sudden, I could see this visualization of what I have today would be. Oh my gosh, wow. I could see it. I was writing books. I was on stages. I was speaking. I was coaching. I saw the media company, right? So much came downloaded to me. And I just looked up and I said to Spirit, oh my God, well, this is a poem. This is kind of a lot. I think I'll start with a book. Tiny seed of an idea. You do not need to see the whole staircase. You only need to see that first step. That's all you need to do is take that first step. Now, here I am 9 years later, launching a network, have helped thousands and thousands of women all over the world. I've helped hundreds of women launch their platforms. I've helped so many women launch 6 and 7 figure businesses. I've helped them with their mindset, get rid of those limiting beliefs, start living in confidence and certainty, going after their goals, dreams, and desires, and dreaming way big than they ever thought they could before. Because that's what the world needs from me. That's what I'm here to do. You've got to figure out, what are you here to do? Yours isn't the same thing as mine. Yours is special and unique to you. So what is that gift? Gifts. What is the talent? Talents. What are the skills? What are the attributes? What are the successes? What are your secret sauce things that you have? Where is your zone of genius? Like Gay Hendricks talks about in The Big Leap. What are those things that make you, you, those special things? I call them your star qualities. What are they? And how do you want to show them to show up in the world? Without saying too much, my children have decided they're going to launch a business. And so it's not the first one for my son. He's launched other businesses, and now they're launching, and they're such a good couple together. They have the innovator and the integrator together. And so they're building this business. They're putting some of the components together. They are, they're designing, they're taking all the steps. What I'm most proud about, without talking about what they're doing, I don't want to take that away from them. I want them to announce it when they're ready to announce it. But what I'm most proud about is the fact that they're doing it. They're not afraid to try. They are not afraid to put themselves out there in this unique way with something that they're building. And who do you think they got that from? From me. So think about this, because when I'm out speaking and I'm talking to people and they're living smaller, they're not living the way they want to. They're not saying yes to themselves to get the coaching and the support and the mentorship and the leadership that they need because they're afraid. They're afraid that they don't have the money. They're afraid that they won't make up the money. They're afraid that it might not work out or they might not succeed or people might judge them or all those stupid limiting beliefs that are out there. It's ridiculous. You have to remember this. Your children are watching you. They're watching you. And even if you don't have children, somebody's children are watching you. Your girlfriends are watching you. Your friends are watching you. Your family's watching you. People are watching you, okay? And how you show up in the world, how you present yourself through very authentically, very vulnerably, very openly is how people get to experience you and learn from you. And I have a news flash for you. This is going to make you feel so good. Write this down. Nobody has it figured out. Nobody, nobody, nobody. The only way they get to what you might consider further along than you is they've tried things enough till they figured things out. They've tried, they've tweaked, they've tried, they've tweaked, they've let go, they've been able to push everything aside and start from ground zero again. Thank you, Amy Porterfield. I learned that term from you. You got to be willing to do that. That is the lessons that you want to be teaching the world and giving the world, that the tenacity and the resilience and the confidence from being able to fall down and get back up, fall down and get back up, fall down and get back up. You know, I was at a training last weekend, and one of the people leading it shared openly, and he's very successful, and what he's building is incredible, how he's impacting so many lives, and he and his wife are impacting orphans and so much work that he's doing. This man ended up being homeless 3 times, having the never, never, never give up attitude, knowing he's worthy and deserving, and that the world needs him and what he does. He just has to figure it out. And that he's here for a reason. He's not here just to, take up space, right? Even the trees are here not to just take up space. Think about how much trees give us in the world. Looks like they're just standing there. No, you are a living, breathing thing with so much to offer the world. What is it that you want to do in this world? What is the contribution that you want to make with your remaining days, with your remaining todays? What are those contributions that you want to share? Knowing the 400 trillion to 1 odds of you being here, that you are a miracle, that you deserve to be here, that you are worthy and deserving, that you are a creator and can create anything your imagination can come up with, that you're not just thinking these thoughts, you're receiving them, you're attracting them, they're coming into you. They are yours to execute on and to take inspired action with. That is all for you. And now, what's the worst thing that can happen? I want you to think about, what is the worst thing that can happen? Some people might not like it. Some people might not get it. Well, here's another little thing that I learned. I learned this from James Altucher, and I've said this before, and this bears repeating. That in his book, Choose Yourself, he talks about the 33.33% rule, or the 1/3 rule, that 1/3 of the people are going to love you. They're going to love you. They're going to love everything that you do. They're going to want more of you. They're going to buy all your things. They're going to follow you. They're just going to love you. 1/3 of the people aren't going to like you no matter what you say, no matter what you do. And you know who those people are. If you've gotten anywhere in social media and you've said something and you've gotten negative or hate, you know what I'm talking about. They have no right to judge you, and yet they're judging you, right? They're just not, it doesn't matter what you say and do. You could say black, they're going to say white. You could say up, they're going to say down, right? And then a third of the people aren't going to care one way or the other. They're just not going to care. So only focus on the first third. And when you're putting things out in the world, only think about the 1/3 of the people that you and your work and your message and your products and your services and your existence are going to resonate with. Forget about the rest. With 8 billion people on the planet, that's plenty of people. Okay? So don't worry about that. Don't even think about that. Remember who's watching you. The first third is interested in what you're doing. I get messages sometimes, I'm shocked. People reach out to me and they say, I've been watching your show for years. And I don't know that. Like, I assume I know how many viewers that we have. I know the number's really big. I think it's wonderful and exciting, and I bless everyone. And I always set an intention before the show and then say my gratitude and appreciation at the end of the show. But when I hear that from people and they quote me or they say something like, your words are still ringing in my ear, or I'll never forget that one thing you said, right? If I wasn't putting myself out there for you, I wouldn't know it. That means that the world does need me. They need my perfect imperfection, as I air quote that. They need the fact that I'm a work of art and a work in progress at the same time. They need me to share my vulnerable moments as well as my, successful moments, for lack of a better word, happy moments, joyous moments, moments I'm most proud of. They need all of that. They need that so that they can connect that part of me with themselves. We need you. There are things about you that only you can do. Now, when you're not giving of yourself out into the world, you're screwing up the karmic connection for people to receive from you. You need to put yourself out there. I need to see you and know you and feel you so that I can see my reflection of things about you within me. I hope that made sense. Listen to that again. I need that. I need to see how we are all one and connected that way. That our differences that make us unique and special, our way of communicating in a way that's different than everybody else, is a way for us to see the reflection of each other in each other, to know that we are all one. We are all one. We are all worthy and deserving. We are all magical and miraculous, that we are all here for a reason at this day and this time, in this today, right now, no matter what is happening in the world, no matter what is happening. And I know there is a lot happening. And depending on where you get your information, the world will tell you that it is a really scary place. And I'm not saying bad things don't happen. I'm not saying that at all. But if you want to make change in the world, then you need to be shining your light. You need to be spreading your love. You need to be spreading the gifts and talents that only you possess and can offer the world. And so with that, I want to say to you that one of the ways I help people do that is through helping them create a platform like this, like a TV show that is also a podcast, that also becomes my blog, that allows me to do social media posts and inspiring quotes and touch as many lives as I possibly can with my work and my platform. And so what I'm going to invite you to do is join me, because I have an upcoming event called TV Host Maker Live. It is a virtual event and it's coming up in a couple of weeks. And I would love for you to register for this event so we can figure out what your star power is and help you bring your work and your message and your method and all the gifts and talents that you have to those who are waiting for you. And trust me when I tell you, your audience is waiting for you. They are. You might think, well, who's going to want to hear what I have to say? Trust me, they do. I do. And you might be saying to yourself, well, I'm not ready. I'm not good on camera. Don't worry, that's a teachable skill. Or I don't look good. I want to lose weight. I don't have the right look. You need to change nothing about yourself to show up the way the world wants to see you. Again, nothing about you needs to change. You are here for a reason, and the world needs you just as you are. So, we're going to play a video right now so that you can learn a little bit more about the upcoming event. And then we're going to have a link for you to register while we still have a few seats left. So I want you to pay attention right now and watch this video. All right.
Forster. What can I say about Diane Forster?
Diane Forster has such a long history of expertise and experience. I knew I'd be able to learn a lot of information from her.
I would feel so bad if I did not tell you what an amazing teacher she is, and that you need to launch your own TV show and let Diane show you how to do it.
It's live training for people who want to be a TV host, and I've had so much fun. I've learned a lot. I've been a TV host for well over 30 years, and I love how simple she makes it sound for people to do what they've always dreamt about, which is have their own TV show.
If you want to differentiate yourselves from your competitors, you need to be like Diane Forster.
I launched my own TV show called Pivot Now. I mean, it's amazing how it just took off.
I'd recommend it to anybody who's thinking about starting a show. Diane is a professional, and I'm really excited to be working with her.
2 weeks ago, I would never have thought that I'd come here and be at this event, meeting the most amazing people and having the experience that I've had, and then learning the wealth of wisdom that she's provided. It is beyond what I could have imagined.
I had a great time learning so much from it. I learned a lot from Story Diane. I think you are very inspirational.
And made me realize I needed a bigger goal, and she helped me to step up into my courageousness. I can now open up my own TV network show to have a platform on which I can serve this woman from a higher place.
And what I so appreciate about today is her integrity, her spirit, her true caring, showing up. I'm coaching with her now as well, and we all think way too small, and she makes you think a lot bigger.
She provides the support, the information, the administrative detail, all the technical side, and really puts it in a wonderful user-friendly package.
You're going to love her material. It's so easy to learn from her. And so I just can't recommend any more strongly. Launch your own TV show, embrace the future, and make an impact on the world.
All right, so we are going to have a link for you. It's at www.tvhostmaker.com/live. If you're watching us right now, there is a QR code there. Again, www.tvhostmaker.com/live. All right, now let me tell you something about this. If you're watching or listening to this, here's the reason why you want to go to this. You want to learn, first of all, what are my gifts, talents? How do I package myself? This is a big thing that people struggle with. You need the right strategy and the structure. Whether it's a TV show or whatever your platform is, you need the right strategy and you need the right structure. And so what makes things successful and work? Two things. You need a formula, and then you need the system. So once you have the formula and you have the system, that's how it all comes together. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you. It's going to be so much fun. When the women who attend get their shows come together, they get so excited because they've been struggling with the idea, well, how do I get my message out there? How do I say it? We take care of all of that. We're going to fill out your, hang on, I think I got one right here. Yep. Your guidebook. This is what we're going to be doing over the 3 days together. So at the end of this event, this is going to be complete. You're going to be ready to go with your show and your business. All right. So no more excuses. All right. Now, what I want to do before we get to the mantra meditation at the end is I want to give you a little mindset and manifestation tip too. because I've been talking about how much you matter and the world needs you, and that, and that's why you're here. Our intention statement was, I have today to show up big no matter what's happening in the world, right? And so what I want to say to you is this: when you say yes to yourself, when you say yes to making decisions, making progress, moving in inspired action in your life, without the worry, doubt, fear, guilt, or anything that might be holding you back, excuses of time and money, all the limits that you put on yourself. But you say, yes, I am determined that I am going to do this. And you give the universe the resounding yes. A couple of things happen. First of all, that is the only word that the universe understands. It's the only word. There is no in the universe. It's yes. So when you say yes, you've now opened up your energy field nice, big, and wide, right? So opportunities start flowing into you. Like, have you ever noticed that? Like, you've made a decision and you did something, then all of a sudden, like, people are contacting you and your money's flowing in and just opportunity doors are opening. Life is just moving like there's only green lights for you, right? That's because you are aligned with the energetic, emotional word of yes. That's the frequency of it, okay? Now, the universe, the only emotion the universe understands is love. It's the only one, right? So when you're moving in inspired action with a yes, and you're doing it from a place of self-love, trust that you can't get it wrong, don't worry about it. There are no mistakes. There's only lessons along the way, and there is no failure. Everything's a growth opportunity. And yes, 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 yes. You will be shocked at how quick the universe starts gifting you. It's like this. It's the universe, spirit, guide, your ancestor. Every entity energy is applauding you and cheering you on. And the doors that will swing wide open will blow you away. Now, the mindset piece of this is sometimes you're not ready for it, which is why you need the coach, the mentor, to help you align with this new version of you. Because when you start saying yes to you and you've been operating under a certain identity and beliefs, and now all of a sudden things are moving faster, this is why a lot of people who all of a sudden make a lot of money and they lose it, and then they make a lot of money, like the guy I told you about, the homeless 3 times, the mindset wasn't right, right? The manifestations were happening, but the mindset wasn't right. You've got to shift your identity to go with it. You've got to become it to become it, right? So those things have to be in alignment. So that's why I'm going to encourage you to follow me and attend my event, but at the very least, follow along with my work so that those things are in alignment, because they need to be working together. Mindset and manifestation have to work together. All right. Okay. So with our last few minutes, we're getting ready to do our mantra meditation. I want to say thank you so much for being here. And again, save this episode, share this episode, listen to this over and over and over again. If you're ever feeling bad or you're just feeling defeated, this hopefully will shake you and wake you up to realize just how amazing you are, the miracle you are, how precious this life is, how quick it flies by, and that if you are counting those days, like I just shared with you, you don't have unlimited time in the future, that your time to be living life as fully as you possibly can is today, right here, right now. So with that, what we're going to do is we're going to do the mantra meditation. Now, if you're driving, you can't close your eyes. You can kind of tune in and listen, but keep your eyes on the road. And no, obviously, operating heavy machinery. Just listen. Do not get distracted. For everybody else, I want you to stop what you're doing. Put down your phone, any distractions. Put your feet flat on the floor. Put your hands on your lap, either face down if you feel grounded, or turn them up if you want to receive more energy. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes. Not yet. Let me just tell you first. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to breathe in for the count of 4 through your nose. You're going to pull that air all the way down to your root chakra, all the way down to that tailbone. We're going to hold it to the count of 8 while sending energy to all of our chakras. Your root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, and soul star, which is about a foot above your head. Remember when I talked about the receiving? You're receiving the ideas. Very important to send energy to that and clear that residue so that you can receive the information. That's the count of 8. As you're holding it, just imagine all your chakras are lighting up with energy. Then you're going to blow it out for 8 like you're blowing out birthday candles, right? So hard like this. Because you're getting rid of any toxic energy, any negative cellular memories, trauma, anything like that. You're breathing it up and out of your body. You're releasing it. We're going to do that 2 times and then just listen to the words. Okay? So close your eyes right now, feet on the floor, hands on your lap, and breathe in for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it as we count to 8 and send energy to the chakras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe it out for 8. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in through your nose for the count of 4. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All those chakras lit up. Blow it out for 8. Listen to the words. I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles big and small. I notice them all. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. I have today to show up big no matter what's happening in the world. I realize how much the world needs me and that I'm here for a reason. I understand the 400 trillion to 1 odd of me being born and how miraculous that is. I also understand that all I have is today, and that the some days and one days that I've used as excuses in the past, I'm no longer going to do that. I'm going to let go of pain and trauma from my past and realize that my past is not a predictor of my future. I can create anything I want simply because I'm here, simply by being me. That I have brilliant ideas, goals, dreams, and desires, and that the moment to act on them is now. I'm going to take the instant actions in my life today. I'm going to realize that there is no failure. There's only growth opportunities, no mistakes, only lessons along the way. I understand that when I say yes to myself, that the universe and all the cooperative components say yes to me too. That I don't need to chase anything, I'll just attract it. I'm going to keep my worthiness high, my love of self high, my love for this life high, my frequency and vibration in positivity, in that, knowing that there's nothing that I can't be, do, or have. And that I can feel this love each and every day for myself, that nothing I am, ever was, or ever will be needs to change. I just need to step into this powerful being that I am and live my life to the absolute fullest. So that is what I'm going to do, starting right here, right now, today, because it's all I have. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank you so much for being here on this special episode of I Have Today, letting you know how special you are. Please do join us for TV Host Maker Live at www.tvhostmaker.com/live. Start building that legacy today. Start getting your work and your word and your message out into the world in a much bigger way, because the world does need you. I'm sending you so much love. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.